just do an outline of this is more or less the shape I wanted to have. Those kinds of things you don't need. You can always resolve this in coloring. But the way it was done here is really hard to tell apart what that is. And since you're so hell-bent into the changing of colors, see, I'll either do an outline of this is gonna have this kind of shape, this kind of pattern in the clothes or whatever, or if you really want to go out on a limb and say, okay, this is a pattern, this is something that goes in the clothes, might as well go the next take it a step further and already colorize the shit out of this and say, this is a pattern in the clothing, so I'm gonna color it something else, so it's gonna be yellow. That's so you can tell what is line art and what is those patterns and details in the clothing. And other than that, I don't have much else to say. Only maybe take a little bit of a look at animal anatomy. I don't know if this is a thing of style that you are going for, or it's references and inspirations and whatnot. But dogs don't have lips like this. They don't have lips. So you probably don't want to do that. They do have lips, but their lips are not like, they don't stick out like that. Look up dog pictures in the future, or whatever animal you're drawing, to understand a little bit better what's going on with their mouths. But when you draw lips like this, lips like that looks very much like human lips, I don't know, it just doesn't look right. Because it seems like you're going for the dog look. The upper part of the muzzle looks very dog, canine-like. The ears, even the eyes, they still look kind of animal. They kind of look very feral-ish. But when you do that with the lips, it just breaks the whole consistency of the design. And since we're on the bottom muzzle part, I might as well wanna cut down on the chin. Dogs don't have big chins at all. They have extremely small chins. So I might wanna cut down on that. So you possibly wanna go and revisit your whole canine anatomy. Look at some pictures, references. Spend some time drawing canines from photos to better understand how they go. It's gonna be boring, it's not gonna be nice, it's gonna be not gonna be something you're probably gonna do take much pleasure from doing, but it'll help. So please do spend some time doing that. Same thing here. They have gigantic chins and lips. I want to do this under this thing here. I want to do this thing here below the lip. We don't need that to show, they have lips. We understand these are dogs, they have lips naturally. They don't need the under lip shadow. So you will see that when you do this, when you remove canine's chin, you also have to fix the entire face, because now it looks like they have a different face. But that's the thing you're gonna have to look and study some anatomy. So get to it. Over these two drawings, I have nothing to complain. They are... I like how you finally decided to go for a hard edge brush here. What I don't like is that it's a kind of a textured brush, kind of like a pencil texture brush. So, I mean, it's not that I dislike the texture, but once again, you did the you did the multiple strokes line, which is bad, especially if the brush you're using has some sort of texture. I mean, having textures on the edge is okay, but on the inside, it sucks. Let me show you a brush I have here. Is this it? Yes, this is a brush I have. It's kinda bad, so let me see if this is it. No, it's not it. Okay, this is more or less of a pencil brush that I have here on Clip Studio. I don't use these pencil brushes. So you will see. It gives us this nice pencil-like texture, and it's good and all. And if you're doing small sketches, it kind of feels really nice to sketch up with those kinds of brushes. But you will see that if you decide to say do the head, and you do this kind of line stroke like this when you do multiple lines, it shows much harder than if you didn't have the texture. So if you're gonna use a texture brush, make sure that you do straight strokes. Don't do this multiple strokes kind of lines. If you make your line in a single stroke, or that you do it ridiculously light, so much that you can barely tell, and then use another brush, a stronger brush, to go over it to finalize your illustration. Also, if you do eventually, for whatever reason, you need to go out and break your line, so you're doing this sort of thing and then you go back with another line, so you interrupt your line, then go back with an eraser and clean it up. Spend some time doing some cleanup. It's a sketch, but the amount of quality a simple sketch gets with a simple pass of a cleanup on it helps tremendously. So you wouldn't want to go back here and do some cleaning up, especially in these parts of the strokes. They overlap one another. You want to go back and clean it up. Make sure it doesn't look this kind of crisscrossy. You want to make sure your lines are very concise and very unique. And also, this drawing here, I'm not even gonna talk a whole lot about it, because it certainly seems that you were going for a more sketchy kind of thing. But you fucked up the anatomy here really badly. I hope it was intentional, because, and by fuck it up really badly, I don't really mean like that, but I mean like here. The shape of the arm feels weird. These legs, these feet, this is not even anything. So I hope those were intentional. Over here at this one, I have nothing to say. This is looking good. If anything, it's too small. If anything, this drawing is too small. Could have made it bigger. Same thing here with the underlip and the gigantic chin they have. Try to save up, do some economy on your chins. So they aren't so chinny. And whenever you're doing drawings like this, like I'm drawing just the head because this is what I have space to do and whatnot, don't stop trying. Keep doing it. Draw the rest of the body. Connect this head to something. Don't leave it just like a floating head, doing nothing. Connect it to somebody that's so you have some. That's why it feels like a completed drawing that just happened to not the rest of it not being in the paper. You don't ever ever want to leave some unfinished thing to your drawing. Like this dude here, I don't want to leave him just on like a floating head, so I want to all go and finish up this drawing. Always do this, don't ever leave your drawing half done. Same thing with this boy here, go draw his hand on the floor doing the whatever. And draw his foot also. Don't stop short with your drawings. No matter what the subject is. The subject is the head, but keep going. Don't stop short. And in short, this is what I have to say. To recap, mind your lines, mind the anatomy for the chin, the muzzle in general, the anatomy for everything else. Mind the lines, they are, when they do this kind of crisscrossy lines here like you do, it looks bad, so make sure you do that. If you're gonna do textures on your drawing, on your sketch, make sure there are another color, or that you can tell it's a sketch. Don't use blurry brushes. It makes it hard because your sketch is already kind of blurry on its own. So if you add even more blur on top of it, it just doesn't come across nicely. And don't stop short when you're doing things. Don't do half bodies. If you have the space, go for it. Finish up those bodies. So on this boy here, finish it up drawing his legs. On this other boy here, also finish up drawing their legs or whatever. Don't stop short. And other than that, I think that's it. It's not bad only, but there's a lot of room for improvement. And also, you said in the comments that you use signs, so it's kind of hard to do it. Whenever someone criticizes your art, be it constructive or destructive, don't ever try to find excuses. If something or someone goes and say, "Oh, do this, do that, or this is bad, that is bad," try your best to not come up with excuses. "Oh, I did this because of that. Oh, I did that because of this." Try your best not to do that. If there is a mistake, own up to it. But if there's something that you feel, "No, this is part of my style," then sure. This is my style, this is the way I want to illustrate, this is the way I want to do things, then sure thing. It's your choice. But if someone is showing something in your drawings and stuff, try not to come up with excuses, but rather with promises for yourself to improve on those points, or ways to improve. And that's pretty much it. If Sai is not working out for you, do test out simpler brushes. I feel like with a lot of these softwares, they offer like a plethora of brushes, and not all of them are gonna be helpful, if any at all, because most artists, they have very little experience with brushes in real world enough to try and apply those same things in digital art. And brushes in digital art, they behave kind of weirdly. So stick to the basic brushes, the soft brush, the hard edge brush. Stick to the basics. They are amazing and they will help you immensely. And stick to the basic brushes. And if you think the problem is with the program, the software, do this on paper. Keep practicing on paper. Take your pencils, take your pens, take everything and practice a lot on paper, because paper will help you immensely get the feeling for the art, unlike any tablet will or any digital drawing software will. And Marcus is looking good. Don't know who the artist is, but you like it. It's Oni's drawing. I'm roasting it apparently. And he was AFK for a few minutes. Whoa, welcome back. And Leo got a loud one in there. Oh yeah, there's some loud songs. Some of those you are requesting are kind of loud here and there, but it's okay. Oni, your boy is small, but it was testing the crayon slash sketch brush slash shady marker and pen brush for best line. Start commissions for Clip Studio. Yeah, testing new brushes is good, but so long as you already feel very good, you have already dominated or mastered a brush. If you have dominated and mastered the basic brushes, then sure, go to the more advanced ones. But don't try to bite more than you can chew. Bite off more than you can chew with these other brushes, the fancy ones, because they can and they will hinder up your progress. So be careful with that. But in any case, this is it for today, everybody. We did pages number 9, 10 and 11. Well, not all of 11, but half of 11. We did line art for these pages, and I'll keep doing some more work outside the stream as always. But we'll be back tomorrow with more comic book art, and tomorrow I'll be uploading this page up on Patreon, which you can check out by going through patreon.com/DouglasKim, and then you can go and check out my Patreon. But anyway, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Thank you all so very much for being here today. It was amazing having you guys here and doing this thing that we have been doing for almost an entire week now. It's a streak. It's a gigantic streak of art and donations and stuff. So, now that we're done with this, it's time for us to go and do something else. So, I would like to direct you guys over at Spiker's channel, because he's playing games, and I feel like some of you need games, some gaming in your life. So yeah, do go and check him out, Spiker, with his lovely Dead by Daylight stream. But I'm not gonna rate him, I'm just saying go check him out if you're gonna do whatever. But if not, let's go say hi to Seth. She's a lovely streamer, and let's say hi to her. Let's rate her stream, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. My name is Douglas, and thank you so very much for being here. Bye bye, and stay awesome, you lovely, lovely good boys.